go through, or whether it's going to like gain them more life in the long run. It was pretty basic deck. Hope to get paired versus some slow things, and hope to go to their head. Hard to their head. Have a few things in the sideboard, like 4 fiery cannonades, an extra mountain, and some fight with fires, like versus the settle the wreckage decks. We can bring on the fights and the main fires, and like try to stop the Lyras and things. It looks pretty fun. Have no idea if it's any good or not. Obviously not played a game, but he's had good success with it. Generally not a fan of cards like Sword Point, Diplomacy, or Risk Factor, though Risk Factor, because of Jumpstart, kind of like breaks that mode a little bit. But they should be fun. We lost a dice roll, and we hit 6 of our 22 lands. Well, that's not going to do it. Mulliganing with Burn in Modern's pretty bad, so I'm going to imagine mulliganing with Burn in Standard's even worse. Yeah, well, we have 2 black cards in our hand, but I'm not going to go ahead and mulligan to 5 when we have a thing we can cast, so this is kind of unfortunate. Go ahead and play the land first, that way we can't be syncopated. You can still Essence Scatter or something. Go ahead and throw that at them, because if we actually hit our black mana, we may want to curve out. Didn't hit our black mana. We also would just play Experiment on 4 if we could. I have to imagine this game's over. There's just no way this is going to close the game from here. We basically have no more damage in our hand. Even if he lets this resolve, he's going to easily be able to just cast a fairy and tuck it. And there's almost no chance that this ever resolves here. I actually probably wouldn't even cast this because we have these in our hand, except for the fact that I know it will not resolve. Or if it does, he already has an answer. There's not a lot of black sources in this deck. We're already being punished by that. I'd like to at least draw a Jumpstart soon. And by Jumpstart, I mean Risk Factor, the card that does the jumpiest, startiest stuff. And they missed a land drop, which means they have an actual 6 spells in their hand. None of them are Teferi, which means every one of them are counter spells, draw cards, or removal spells. Wah, 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 wah. So I shouldn't press F6 just in case this miraculously resolves. It's not going to resolve. He's going to surveil it and or syncopate it. Potentially Disdainful Stroke, negate. I mean, he's going to do something to it. There's no chance it resolves unless he has an answer for it already in hand. I had to pause on using a Disdainful Stroke. Again, I don't like this in the main deck. I think it's pretty bad in the main deck of decks right now. Probably should have attacked first, considering I don't have 2 things in our graveyard. But I want to go ahead and play it first, like maybe he would think we were going to play a instant and then like get an attack in. Maybe he would have counterspelled it, but between Vraska's Contempts and stuff, there's just no way we're going to have the damage. We're getting pretty close to even casting Mutavault. That's a nail in a coffin of a game that we were a year behind. guess they don't know there's black spells in our deck. Of course, I don't know that there'll be black spells in our deck post-board. Guess there's a chance that there will be. Go ahead and get that in before they can counter it. There's still a 10 life with a search that's flipped, though. Well, I'll rephrase. Search they can flip at their will. If they choose not to, that's even worse. Enough risk factors, I suppose, could win a game from here. If we just draw like 3 risk factors off the top or something, that might be enough. Kinda don't want to show them the black mana. I'm going to, because the game's not 100% over. It's just really, really bad for us. Sure. Maybe we'll draw another black mana. Be able to cast them both. That's not good. Tapping 4, that means they have a contempt. Syncopate, and now we're out of gas. Probably concede now. Take one more draw step though before we pick them up. If it's a risk factor we may play on. I guess they just take 4 and go to 7. I have 3 of their sinister sabotages already. Oh gosh. They let it resolve. Which means I could play this now, but we risk it getting syncopated. I guess it can get syncopated on a later turn regardless. That quickly syncopate it. Alright, risk factors all around. That is what we need now. Every draw step needs to be a risk factor. It's not a risk factor. That's just something that potentially gives some life, and at minimum we know they already have a cast down. There's probably no reason to even play it. There's another Sinister. It's unfortunate. At all 4 of these, I guess they used this 3 or 4 times. That makes sense. At 3 of these without using that in like their top 20-ish cards. We'll go ahead and get out of this game. Well, no, we won't. We'll see if we can draw a risk factor. One draw step to rule them all. A land. So, what do we want here? Guess all the creatures can stay. All of this stuff's playable. We definitely want these, though. We definitely want this. Yes, shocks are some of our worst cards. They in theory do the least damage out of all of these. Honestly, could just have been like lava runners. Maybe we don't want the extra land. Yeah, I'm fine with no extra land, I think. Opponent, you defeated me. Rude. Be nice if you pick up his pace of play a little bit. I have to leave about 7 or 7:05 or something today. We battle. This hand's pretty good. Think I want to lead with this? A Ritual Smoot's going to give it to us this game. We don't have any burn spells yet. Makes our lava runners look even better. If he taps out for a Smoot, though, we should be able to resolve one of these. The problem is if we resolve one of these, it doesn't do a whole lot because they just get to untap and play the fairy. Hey, yeah. We wild. I think this is fine because we're really just wanting to draw a land to play that. Is that going to feel pretty bad if they Smootin' or Golden Demise and we don't have the land? But if we have the land, I think if we draw the land, I think it's worth it. And we didn't draw the land. Well, so we probably lose this game since we didn't draw the land. That sucks. think our hand was very good. We'll draw some risk factors or something and maybe still get there, but he's going to have counter spells now for these. Just 100% these are countered. Had a real good chance to win if this is just resolved. Feel like I can't cast a creature the rest of the game now. Don't want to play this just into a counterspell. It seems too bad. I'd much rather like wait till we draw a risk factor. Somebody decided to vacuum as soon as I turned the stream on. So I'm going to mute it right now. So this trade's even with a contempt, so I think it's fine to play. I feel like at this point of the game, the only card in our entire deck that matters is risk factor. So it'd be nice if we draw one soon. Or we could draw, you know, the 7th land in 16 cards. That's not that unbelievable, but considering we missed the 4th land drop, it kind of sucks that we've hit 3 lands in like 6 cards since then or something. They probably have to counterspell this one. I don't mind throwing 1 for 1 at them right now. Because of their sorceries. If they were instants, I would never do this. If they were instants, I'd build up a hand and throw them all at one point, but I don't like that as much with sorceries because I'm going to want to tap them out on their turn to try to resolve this. I just don't want to play the Frenzy here. A, we can't abuse it even if we do resolve it. 2, he still has 2 mana. There's going to be negates and some strokes and stuff in his deck. Oh, it's Dawn of Hope. Alright, well this game's over. With the exception of we draw risk factor. Guess we'll just slam it and pray. Willing to concede if this fails to resolve. Guess I won't concede. We'll just keep hoping to draw risk factor. Maybe we can draw 2 or 3 in a row. This game is far from over unless we get incredibly absurdly lucky. And that's enough. They get to get 2 life linkers now. I think we could have won that game if we didn't miss land 4. Oh. So the two life linkers was going to start out scaling Banefire. I guess we could have kept playing to try to draw like runner Banefire, but Kind of forgot we had Banefire in our deck at the point. I was too busy being discouraged and whining. But I guess that deck wasn't 100% over or match. Alright, we'll keep it. Does not look inspiring, does it? It's like we have a 4-spell hand and we only have a guaranteed 8 damage. That doesn't seem very solid for us. Guess the only way to get a guaranteed damage here is play it and attack. Could have played the swamp, but kind of want to play my Punishers first. Oh god, they have discard spells. Great. Discard spells that don't cost life are great versus us. The only card in my hand that I wanted to resolve, now gone. Positive notice, we drew another. We did exceptionally good here, too. This is a winnable game. I don't even know what they're playing, but this is a winnable game. So they're playing the Grixis list. Took Wizard Lightning? Wizard Lightning has to be worse than Sovereign Bite, right? Feels like it has to be worse than that card. He's taking away things that can kill a Nicobolus, maybe? Guess there. He cast 2 of these this game, and I drew the exact card next turn. Both times. He's gotta be aggravated by that, right? We have exactly 7 points of damage. You know our hand, so you know you're dead. We did it, fam. Kinda want these again. Guess I want to take out the shocks. I think I want these as well. Maybe I'd rather have a shock than one of you. Maybe I'd rather just have a land than one of you. Nah, I'd rather have a fight with fire. Wonder what I'm supposed to bring in this land. This don't feel like I ever want it, especially on the draw. JK would love to have a land over a Banefire right now. Alright, we'll keep. Hand's not good. Keep that too. Load up and get ready to party, Fanatical Firebrand. 4 land hands after a mulligan's not great. And then we draw the 5th land, so less great. Like how I had F6 press and he could have killed this and saved damage, but it doesn't matter. Cool, they're going to do damage to themselves. Go, Fanatical Firebrand. No. Oh, I don't care about that. Probably have to kill Thief of Sanity. It's too strong. But do I? Do I have to kill it? It's like really strong. JK, don't have to kill it. It's not like they can get anything good out of our deck, right? Do we get generic burn spell? Who cares about generic burn spell? We're trying to beat them with burn spells. Hopefully the cat got a risk factor and will cast it on us. Alright. Well, we have to resolve a burn spell before they win. Oh, Spell Pierce? Come on, that card's not playable. That card's so bad. Spell Pierce is a bad Magic card. People should not play it except in tempo-based decks. Your normal game plan, your opponents, you're just never going to resolve that. But now they're going to have a bunch of negates and stuff. Guess they just give them all to us? I did Experimental Frenzy get in my graveyard. I'm not paying attention to something, apparently. Does this put cards in the graveyard that they don't choose? Yeah. Okay. I might have gained them life casting 2 creatures here. I like how if they hit a risk factor, they have to take it so it doesn't go to the graveyard. That's just neat. Guess we'll keep that. Maybe they'll hit 2 risk factors off on one of these. Got my 4-4-1 of my deck, still chasing the 4-0. Yeah, the mana's not been great. I feel like it costs 1 match already. Yes, we'll go ahead and play this again. I don't think this does too much. Maybe we should have killed the Thief of Sandy an hour ago. Yep, they hit a burn spell. We're dead now. Well, not dead, but, I mean, we're dead. Come on, Daddy. Hit 2 risk factors. It's not 2 risk factors. Can't syncopate it. You can contempt your own guy, I guess. Yeah. How did they not hit another land in this many turns? This is a Doom Whisperer in game, maybe? Yeah. If this is Doom Whisperer, we have no out. If this is Banefire, we're just dead as well. It looks like it's Banefire. Maybe I don't want all of those. I'll bring in broom spells that can kill the thief or kill their face. Hey, this sounds pretty good. It's kind of everything we want. Kyle's. Black Helix is a good Helix. I don't want to get spell pierced. Now we get to cast out a risk factor or a sword. This is a viewer's deck. It's Flame Guts deck. Do a risk factor on their turn. Aw. No. Yay. What do I want to play? probably the sword point here while we can. Yeah, make decisions, friend. It'll probably help us. Huh? I guess we'll play this. I don't even know if I should. Feel like they easily just have a removal spell, but and they gain life. Maybe we should just take out all the creatures. Every time we cast a creature, they gain life. Just didn't cast that, they would still be at 10 and we'd be in a lot better shape. Oh wow, they're going to Notion Ring? I didn't expect to see a Notion Ring from our opponent. They gave us cards too. So we're going to go to 8 here? Sure hope they don't draw a Falderizure or Erasure or whatever you call it. So you're a wizard. Wizards are cool. Yeah, he likes to complain. I guess we just win. I feel like this is how last round should have played out as well, but we just had pretty horrendous draws. This is like the 3rd or 4th game I've drawn this experiment now already, and it just does nothing. Might be the actual 3rd game I've drawn it out of 5. Maybe even the 4th game out of 5, and it's done nothing. Why'd he ever message you? Hey, it's a grinder. Reasonable, hands reasonable. We have the red deck wins draws. This versus an opponent that often plays red deck wins, though. The other day, I got to cast a turn 4 Phoenix, turn 5 Phoenix, turn 6 Phoenix, turn 7 Phoenix versus him. It was sweet. I was very happy. In the mirror. Law is one of his favorite things to say. Kinda hope it's an Assassin's Trophy. No cast down, please. And really, please, no fungal infection. Nice. Heck yeah, we want to land. Let's do this. Opponent decisions you will make. Ooh. Free friendos. Probably just give them all to us. Because why wouldn't he? Man, this card's really good when it's 3 mana draw 3. Card's really good when it's 3 mana draw 3. Wah, wah, wah. This matchup feels amazing. How good does this match feel? Especially when they miss a land. Well, Steam can shock. You're gonna get them. Is it bad that I just want to bring this stuff in again? I just want to keep bringing this stuff in every match. I keep taking shocks out almost every match. They really don't have a lot of targets for them. I guess they have some targets for them. The games could potentially go wrong. Maybe I don't want all the Banefires. Did I say go wrong? I meant long. Definitely don't think I want all the Fight with Fires either. Actually, I probably don't want any Fight with Fires. Probably don't want any Banefires either. It's probably just submit it back. Yeah. Got about 40 more minutes to finish 2.5 matches. This hand's not as good as our other hands, but it's like a pretty clear keep still. They have 4 duresses, so like I assume this card is going to be gone, and it's all the power of our first hand. No, I got a auction to go to. Gotta try to make that real life cheddar. That's right. I said real life cheddar. Huh. Didn't play anything. That concerns me. It doesn't concern me enough to throw a couple shocks at their head. Need to use our mana basically every turn because of this frenzy. Second Wizard's Lightning is going to make that a little difficult. Golgari Queen can like close the game pretty quick. They have to have something. Why are they not playing spells? Just magic cards, man. My huge. I'm not going to tap this. I don't want to let them gain life off of a contempt. It's just a 1-point burn spell here, and I'm fine with that. That 1-point burn spell puts them to 6 effectively because of our hand. I don't know what I want to draw. Guess I'm going to do that to guarantee get damage in, because I assume that this experimental frenzy just isn't going to do much. because, like, it never does much. No! We lose our Frenzy. Goodbye, Frenzy. Still just have to draw 6 points of burn to win. Feel like we can do that. Well, unless they have a way to gain life, that means risk factors draw 3 now, which is pretty nice. We'll snap block if given the opportunity. I value this Pyromancer absolutely none. Surprised they left that in. Well, that was a good draw. That was a really good draw. If I'd slammed it, I would have lost 3 points of damage, though, and I valued the 3 points of damage more than I did a random experimental frenzy that may gain me no damage. May gain me less than that. They may just untap and kill it. Like, I would rather guarantee the 3 damage. Well, if they just, like, brought in Naturalize and untap and Naturalize it and then played the Blackcaster and I mount my 3 damage spell, too. I don't know. I like putting them in a guaranteed 4. I didn't see how we could lose the game if they were within 2 points of burn spells. This hand's kind of weak. Mostly because our mana comes into play tapped. Mine's literally done nothing. It's never beat me. I've never had any success with the card. That's a Danto, so we're going to be racing this game. I don't want to be racing, not when all my lands are coming into play tapped. Could just shock this and see if they take 4. That seems like a better, either killed her a Danto or our Danto becomes a risk factor where they didn't get to make a choice. Our shock dealt 4 damage to them. If only they knew what we were trying to do with our deck. Now this is kind of interesting. I'm going to try to play you. And I'm going to attempt to block this and sack on this. And see if they'll take another 4. If we can turn our Fanatical Firebrand into 4 damage, that'd be hot. I want to draw some more lands. Drawing lands right now feels like a feels like a fairly important part of winning this game. I feel like we lose if we don't draw exactly a land. We may lose anyway. They have a 3-turn clock. I don't think we can win in 3 turns. We have 9 points of burn spells, but we can't deploy them in that amount of time. Unless we draw like runner, runner, land, land. But we hit one of them. Oh, we can't target them anymore. Ah, we easily lose then. Shalai just kills us. I forgot we can't target them. Always forget that. Yeah, we're just dead. We have no out now. At least our opponent doesn't really know what our deck is yet. We didn't have to show them anything else. We have stone no out now. Well then, they're going to have Lyra, so I guess we need this. I guess we need these. I kind of want these because they're going to have histories and stuff. I'm just going to take out all my creatures. I don't think my creatures do anything. Like, I feel like they can just always block. Boy, we have a lot of this stuff. Alright. Go-Go, Mono, Go-Go, Red-Black Control with cards like Sovereign Bot? That doesn't feel great. Yeah. Kind of want this other land now, too, though. Nah, I'm just not bringing this land in, I don't think ever. Alright. We keep. Oh, they have another color too. Boom. Things don't look good for us, do they? Not in this match. Not versus Shalai in general. So they're that Boros Angels deck then, right? And they drew nothing that our Fiery Cannonade's even good versus? That's a bad sign. At least we drew a way to kill Lyra. Huh. Pretty sure that was my fire alarm that I just heard beep. Guess the go is now to just draw runner, runner, land. Or, I don't think we can ignore that. I think we're going to have to fight it. So if we throw 3 damage at them, they go down to 8. No. We didn't hit runner, runner, land, so we're just going to die to a Lyra if it's cast next turn, but I don't think we can ignore this. And like maybe we draw another lightning strike or a shock or even a land. Yeah, that's definitely my fire alarm. I'm going to have to get up after this game, I think. Yeah, we just certainly can't beat that unless we hit at least a land here. Alright, well. We get to continue playing Magic at least. But with 5 cards in their hand and them playing nothing before turn 4, you just have to imagine they have more of these. And we can't beat the next one at all. Alright, we got 2 Fight with Fires to draw. Maybe he'll let us draw cards. This game's over now, though. Alright, I'm going to be back. We can't win this game even if he takes the damage. And I'm going to figure out what's wrong with our fire alarm. Future problem. I think we should be 3-1 right now. I really feel like we should have won our round 1 match. Couple of mulligans and bad draws, though. I think that last match isn't unwinnable, but we're certainly not a favorite. Maybe we shouldn't have took out all of our creatures. I just figured if their deck was working right, they were going to have knights and histories and all of that crap, and they were always going to have something to block with. They were even going to have like access to Clarion. I was told this deck is good versus the red deck, so I'd like to get that pairing just to see. We'll play first. We're playing for a pity chest. This hand seems reasonable. It will not beat the red match that I just asked for, though. Something in my eyes always, because that's how I live my life. Oh, cool. I'll specifically say it won't beat the red match, and it's the red match. Don't want to show them the Fanatical Firebrand, because we might need it to kill a Steamkin. It's not a Steamkin. Don't want to play the Fanatical Firebrand next turn either because of Goblin Chain Whirler, so we'll probably just sword point it up. I was told this match is favorable for us, but I really just do not like this draw here. A double risk factor, which I believe will be too slow in this type of match. But they might just take 6 damage and dump them. Yeah, unless we draw a wizard, I think our hand's way too slow. It's going to be hard for us to convert these risk factors into damage. If we draw a wizard, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. Assuming that they don't have infinite amount of burn anyway. Wait, they got rid of the Wizard's Lightning and gave us the risk factors. So maybe they agree with us that they don't think we're going to be able to convert the amount of cards we have in before the game's over. Seems reasonable. We have a blocker here that can deal damage to them. Except it probably will get a removal spell used on it. Oh, let's go into our head. That's fine. We're pretty far ahead here. It's going to our head too. So that's a risk factor, and then reassess on whether we want this to go there or to here. So I guess we'll just not take any damage this turn then. That was a lovely little draw. I shouldn't have let him attack. Anyway, so let's discard our Experimental Frenzy because the card's trash. Let them make a decision. And then let's shock that. I guess I just don't want to cast that. I want to keep it to discard the risk factor. If they have 3 burn spells, we'll lose. If not, I think we win. Oh, wow. Well, I didn't expect that. Let's see what we can do here. Maybe we'll get them to use a burn spell. Maybe we should have done it pre-combat. Yeah, that could have been a play mistake. Oh, I messed up. I was supposed to cast this Lavamancer. We could just be dead now. That was actually a decent error. That was a decently sized error. JK, not an error. Doesn't matter. Well, I didn't expect to win this game, and then they just kind of quit playing spells. I just kind of quit playing stuff. Alright, so we definitely want these cannonades. I think we definitely want these lava coils. I think we can get rid of the lava runners. I don't think they'll actually do anything. These still do 2 damage and require a spell. This still does 1 damage and can like kill something. What is the worst cards in our deck, Vin? Don't think it's that. I kind of just want to take out these experimental frenzies, but I'm afraid Smurf will disown me. Just take these out, I guess. I'm gonna leave into Wizard's Lightnings, but maybe I shouldn't, since I took out all the Wizards. I guess the way I'm sideboarding, I'm trying to get to a longer game. One land, but we have a shock, we have a firebrand. I actually think this is a keep on the draw, but very narrowly. If I didn't have multiple spells I could cast, I probably wouldn't have kept it. Hopefully this is just Steamkin died the Fanatical Firebrand. Okay, it's just nothing. That's probably bad for us as well. Put the discard if we don't hit a land, so we'll go ahead and just jam that. And then we'll go ahead and jam this. I guess I'd rather just take 3 damage here, because if they play a Phoenix, we're going to need to kill it. Don't know if I'm happy with anything that's happened on these several turns, but it is all that we've had. Hey, Koro, what is up? How you doing, man? It's been a while since I saw you. Hope everything's going well. Risk factor. Will we have it deal 4 damage to us? Yes. We will be sad, but we have been hurt. No, don't have more things. Rip. Our opponent's still at 1,000,000 life, so not great. That's not great. We still don't even have lands to deploy our things. I'm not going to let him draw 3 cards of this risk factor. I'm just going to go to 3 and hope that they don't get there. I think there's no chance that on average the risk factor does less. Yeah, it seems like it's just a battery, but I didn't really want to go look for a battery, so figured I'd handle it after the stream since we were getting ready to go into our last match anyway. Oh no! Lightning lava coil? Nope, just a risk factor. Well, I think we have all of our removal in that we can play. I've not saw that deck yet. I heard somebody mention it, but I've not saw it. Maybe we don't want all of these. Maybe this card's just not good. Give them something to kill early. Maybe this card's also not that good. Am I supposed to take out risk factor? It seems like one of our only ways to close a game. Seems like sword point diplomacy is worse than risk factor. But maybe I'm wrong. Like, 8 damage is a lot of damage in these matches where we're racing. Well, this is all of a sudden seems no good. The experimental frenzy might get to be actually good. That's fair, but we would have died with sword point diplomacy in our hand there too, right? Like any of our 3 mana burn spells that weren't Wizard's Lightning, we would have died too. Wait, you really picking this one? Okay. Our candidates don't seem great. Though, the Cannonade plus the Fanatical Firebrand might be able to kill a Goblin Chain Whirler on the following turn. And that would be pretty hot. And then maybe Experiment gets to take over the game? Who knows? So I'm really hoping to just cast a Goblin Chain Whirler pre-combat. Well, we got 2 shocks out of their hand. So if nothing else, we prevented damage. It's kind of weird that they didn't make that bigger then. Am I supposed to take 2 damage here? I feel like taking 2 damage here is probably just not good. Hey Vladimus, what's up, man? Now, Grixis Control seems really nice. The Elector's just going to play a 3/3, and then I'm giving up nothing doing that. Well, our 22 land deck has drawn 6 lands and 10 cards. But maybe this can win the game. Rip. Would have liked to have drawn that one. Try this deck, it got a 5/0. Pop that up over there. Oh, cool. Well, we're just dead this game. Experimental the Weenies. Oh, this deck seems pretty sweet. This card's really not impressed me, though. Like, I have never won of this card in play. I have never lost to this card. Like, I just don't think that card's very good. I think this card gets a lot of hype that it doesn't deserve. Like, even right now, it just doesn't seem that good to me. Like, I feel like I'm going to have to sack it myself. Whatever. We gambling. I have no idea what that is, but I am not clicking it. I do not trust the world. Alright, well, this is kind of interesting. I was supposed to use this during my upkeep, by the way, and I messed up. So I'm going to have to set a stop on this turn. Well, this Francie's been good this game. I don't think he understands that I could have sacrificed my Experimental Frenzy and used the Lava Coil on my hand if I needed to. Yeah, I just don't want to talk to them anymore. I'll just take the damage. Well, I didn't want to keep digging because my life total's like something I'm very concerned about at the moment, and I don't want them using an instant on me. Or I don't want them getting a haste dude on me. For example, there's a haste dude. Like, I'm really worried about my life total right now. I think this time I will, though. Did I play a land? Oh, you can't play lands from your hand anymore, can you? Since we've not played lands from our hand, I guess we'll go ahead and do this. Oh, how neat. We kind of went off. Oh wow, we get to put this other risk factor in our graveyard? Why would he not let me draw? It's not like I get to use the cards. I mean, I guess I can sack this at some point, but... I messed up there, didn't I? I should have played this thing first. Yeah, I'm playing badly now. I should have cast Lava Runner first. Why didn't they throw risk factor at me? My opponent has me too flustered to think. Yes, it can deal 4 damage to me. So they're tapped out and we win. So if we use this, yeah, I played this game at the end kind of badly, but we actually won with Experimental Frenzy, which feels nice. I feel like we could have been 4-1 this event had we just got a little luckier. Let's go ahead and open our treasure chest real quick. Our pity chest, as I like to call them. We got a breeding pool. Yeah, Frenzy definitely went off that game. Maybe I'll have to quit making fun of it. Snap put our breeding pool in the breeding pool pile. That's crap we've opened recently. Remove this stop so I don't forget about it later. Yeah, I played badly there. Alright, well, so this deck was a viewer deck. It was from a guy called Flame Guts who watches our chat. Seemed pretty sweet. Had fun with it. The red match seemed okay. The control matches seemed okay. We got paired versus the Golgari deck that won the PPTQ, and it seemed like we just couldn't lose that match, which was kind of nice. I'm sure I sideboarded it wrong, and I'm sure I made a ton of errors along the way, but it was a fun little deck. I don't know if I would change anything. I wish the mana was better. Like, we certainly lost one game because we just didn't have black mana. I don't know, there's no way to really fix that in Standard, I don't think. 11 black mana is, like, not a lot. There's only 8 black spells, but, like, I don't know. It was fun. But anyway, it's 7, and I must run. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I highly appreciate it, and take care, everyone.